I was shocked to learn this. Silver and gold prices that you will not believe. We've got major developments in the precious metals markets, in particular with silver and with Russia. If you're anything like me, I grew up in the 80s and we were taught to be afraid of the Russians. Is that still the case right now? And from a silver investor's perspective, should we be afraid of them, or should we just be on top of what they're doing? Because what they're doing has potential to reshape the precious metals market. In this video, we're going to go through the reasons why, and why you as a silver and gold investor can be very optimistic about future price appreciation for your favorite white and gold metal. Let's get started right now. Russia truly has the potential to reshape the precious metals markets. Let's start by considering this. Russia is now considered to be the fourth largest economy in the world. Let's run out to this excellent brief post by our friend Gunter, who says the International Monetary Fund now ranks Russia as the world's fourth largest economy based on purchasing power parity. Russia's GDP bypassed Japan in 2024. The four leading economies include a declining United States and three rising BRICS countries, China, India, and Russia. This report actually ranked China as a bigger economy than the United States. Again, that was based on purchasing power parity, and that was from the International Monetary Fund. Do you see a trend as to where things are going? Next, we get news that Russia is starting their own precious metals exchange. Here's a headline from Kitco telling us Russia will create a new BRICS precious metals exchange to become key regulator of prices. That's according to the Russian Finance Ministry. What is this telling us? This is telling us that Russia wants to take control of the precious metals. We've heard this from them in the past, that they complain about the price for silver and gold on the COMEX and the LBMA, all the leverage, everything else. Another strong move by Russia, right, to grasp more and more control of the precious metals prices, including silver and gold. It's even more astounding when we hear that Russia is now the first country to officially announce that as a country, they will start buying silver. Here's a headline from Numismatic News. Russia's central bank to acquire silver reserves. Again, guys, this is the first central bank, the first country in the world in a long time to talk about acquiring silver as a reserve asset. Russia's draft federal budget for the coming year, this is happening, includes plans for the nation's central bank to continue adding gold, platinum, and palladium reserves and acquire silver for the first time. Are you starting to get the feeling that Russia is making some big moves in the precious metals markets? In the silver market in particular? And think about this within the context of the world bifurcating. You know about the BRICS, right? But who's the leader of the BRICS? Let's check out this recent article, because this is all going on within a backdrop of a rapidly changing world. This came from our friends at the geopoliticaleconomy.com. BRICS plan a multi-currency system to challenge U.S. dollar dominance, understanding Russia's proposal. The BRICS cross-border payment initiative will use national currencies instead of the U.S. dollar. Russia's finance ministry and central bank released a report detailing plans to transform the international monetary and financial system. And we all know there's great speculation, and some would say even evidence, that precious metals will play a pivotal role as these systems develop. Remember a few years back when President Joe Biden said they were going to turn the ruble into rubble? It sure doesn't feel like it worked out that way. Now, look, I'm a patriotic American. Don't forget, right? I've got my very own self-waving American flag. But Russia, they seem to be the leader of the BRICS and a leader in realizing that precious metals are real money. If you want to get your hands on some real money, gold, silver, platinum group metals, please support channel sponsor Pimbex, Pimbex. It's fun to spell. It's fun to say. It's even more fun when you save a lot of money when you buy precious metals. That's what I experienced. If you give them a shot, I think you'll experience the same thing. They always have ultra competitive pricing, great selection, and most importantly, they're a company that you can trust. I'll never tell you what to do, but next time you're shopping for some metals online, do yourself a favor and check out Pimbex. Now, what about Russia's overall financial condition? I was shocked to learn this. Let's go out to our trusty friend, the U.S. debt clock, because it's not just the U.S. debt clock. They also have a world debt clock. And as you can see, $36 trillion in debt. You ever wonder how much debt Russia has? Remember, they're the fourth largest economy in the world, according to the IMF. If we go all the way down, look at all that, to Russia, Russia doesn't have trillions in debt. No, Russia does have some debt. They have 434 billion. I want you to remember that number. And from a ratio perspective, their public debt to GDP, 20%, external debt to GDP, 27%, compared to the good old USA. Well, you know, our debt levels are blowing through the ceiling, but that's not the astounding part. I did some math, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but when I divided 400 and so billion of Russia's debt by 36 trillion of the United States, I came to an answer that was shocking. Russia really only has 1 or 2% of the debt that the United States has. Now, granted, our economy is substantially bigger, but our debt level is close to what? 75, 80 times bigger? 75 or 80 times bigger compared to Russia. So when we talk about them making these moves within the precious metal sector, we have to accept the fact that their economy is quite strong. And, right, from a balance sheet perspective, from the perspective of real economic strength, they're in a little better shape than the United States. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Hey, I'm rooting for the United States. I'm rooting for our politicians to come to their senses and to start dealing with things like the deficit and the debt levels here in the United States, right? That's beyond our control. What we can control is moves that we make with our financial assets to help protect ourselves from what could be some unpleasant times in the future if indeed this debt spiral that we find ourselves in continues to worsen. And without any action by our politicians, that's the only outcome that I can see. Hey, I want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mining Gold. These live streams, these videos aren't possible without support of the sponsor. First Mining Gold is a Canadian gold development company. They have gold in the ground in Canada, 2 multi-million ounce development stage projects. Also want to say thank you to Fortuna Mining. They're a producing gold and silver mining company, gold and silver in Latin America, and gold in West Africa. You can learn about all the sponsors, including, don't forget, Pimbex, at their respective websites. I got links to those in the description of this video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the basement. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll look forward to seeing you, yes, the one and only you here on YouTube in the basement next time.